Hey there, how are you doing? Thank you so much for checking out this video. This is Ash from Fetch Profits Academy. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to receive notifications. Now, a lot of people always worry about the speed of their site. Maybe you're trying to prepare for Core Web Vitals update, and maybe generally you're trying to keep your website in shape. Now, one of the things that tends to slow your website down considerably is the use of JavaScript. Now, using JavaScript in most cases is unavoidable. You might be using JavaScript for various reasons, such as adding your Facebook pixel, adding your Quora ads pixel, adding your LinkedIn ads pixel, or adding your Google Analytics tag itself, or adding your Google Tag Manager tag itself, or several other third party plugins for WordPress, and several third-party web-based apps also connect with your website using JavaScript. So for lots of reasons, marketing or operations based, you might be using JavaScript to make things work for your business. So using it is unavoidable, but most people they end up adding it to the head section of their website as shown right here on the screen. For your reference, I'm using Divi by Elegant Themes, and I'm inside my WordPress backend. This section right here is where I add tracking scripts, analytic tags, or add platform tags right here to the head section of my blog. Generally, people tend to just keep adding tag after tag to this head section on their WordPress websites, for example. Then this tends to considerably slow your website down. As you can see, what happens when you look at your page speed insights, you look at that there is a little opportunity here called reduce unused JavaScript, which almost always shows up for most cases for most websites. So there is an easy way to kind of reduce this bit at least, and that's by using the Google Tag Manager. You can go to Google Tag Manager by just typing in Google Tag Manager in Google, or going to marketingplatform.google.com/about/tag-manager/, and then you can sign into your Google Tag Manager. All you need is a Google account. Just make sure that your Google account is the same one that you use for managing analytics and Google Ads and several other Google accounts as well. After you sign into your Google Tag Manager, this is the screen that you will see. If you've already created accounts, your accounts will show up. If you haven't created an account yet, all you need to do is just click on Create Account. It'll ask you to set up an account name, which is usually your company name. Select the country, give your container a name. Everything that you create for your website here is a container, and everything that you add inside that container belongs to your website. So add a container name so that you know which property you're dealing with. Also choose a target platform. This is also applicable for iOS apps, Android apps, or an AMP project. Once you're done, click on create. So once you create an account, it'll show up right here, and click through your account. So you will see the Google Tag Manager interface or the dashboard. This is where you'll start doing some magic for your JavaScript tags. Now inside the Google Tag Manager, all the scripts is a tag inside the Google Tag Manager going by the lexicon that Google Tag Manager follows, and everything that fires that script, such as a page load or a particular URL showing up or firing, or something happening on your site such as a click of a button, is a trigger. You can also establish variables that kind of determine what happens, but for our case all we need to know for this video is tags and triggers. So when you're ready to add a new tag, just click on add a new tag, and it will ask you to name your tag. You can name the tag as whatever it is that you're trying to add to your website at the moment. I'm going to take the example of Quora Ads Pixel, which is the pixel that you need to add to your website to be able to do paid advertising campaigns on the Quora platform. This particular JavaScript code, which is also called as the Quora Ads Base Pixel, has to fire on every page of your website. That's why I'm going to name it Quora Ads Base Pixel or something similar, and click on Tag Configuration. Google Tag Manager already comes preloaded with a few third-party templates in the template gallery that either Google team has created or several third-party providers and ad platforms and retargeting ad platforms have created. Now, in the case of Quora Ads Pixel, there is a tag ready for you. So if you type in Quora, you will find Quora Pixel, which kind of makes it relatively easier for you to set up your base pixel and other pixels that you need to add for Quora Ads and then track it all efficiently. But I'm going to click out of this at the moment. I don't want to show you what's to be done when there is a ready-made third-party pixel available. I want you to learn what to do if there is no third-party pixel available. So just click out of this, find custom HTML. Click on custom HTML and it will ask you to drop an HTML code that corresponds to whatever it is that you were trying to add to your site. Now in our case, it's the Quora Ads pixel that I need to go set up. So I log into my Quora Ads ad account and click on pixels and events, then get to set up pixel, choose install manually, click on next, and this is the JavaScript pixel or the base pixel for Quora advertising. Pick that particular code up, come back to my Google Tag Manager and drop that code right here. Where should this pixel be triggering? Now, I'm going to choose on this little pencil icon right next to triggering and choose a trigger that's available for me right here. I'm going to choose all pages because the Quora Ads pixel must be firing on all pages. Now, if you don't see anything right here on this screen, go to the top right corner, click on the plus icon, give your trigger a name, which is usually all pages to keep things simple, and then you have to configure this trigger as to what exactly must be happening to make this trigger count. So you're going to choose page view and then choose all page views to set up your trigger, which fires on all pages of your website. Now once you're done, click on save. I'm going to click out of it because this is already done for me. And I'm going to show you how when you add several JavaScript tags to your Google Tag Manager which belong to your website, this is how it's going to look like. If you click on the left side panel of the Google Tag Manager, click on tags, and you will be able to see all the different JavaScript tags that I've loaded onto my site. Now if you notice, all of these are organized right here. I can also choose to organize them in folders. The option is available on the left side panel. They belong to various tools such as AnyTrack, ConvertKit, the Facebook Pixel, the Quora Pixel, the Quora Lead Generation Pixel, and several other tools of that sort. Every time you add a new tag or every time you add a new trigger, every time you make any changes on the Google Tag Manager, you have options of previewing it and then submitting it. Only when you submit it is when it goes live and it's active on your site and it works on your site. So by doing this, you can considerably speed up your website and keep things organized so you can track your marketing efforts better and keep things planned and organized. I hope that helps. I'll see you in another video.